My name is Ben Toll. I'm the Dean of Undergraduate Admissions here at the George Washington University. And today we're going to talk about 10 things you should know about financing your college experience. So first, let's talk about some terms, right? You're going to hear this term called cost of attendance. And what does that mean? It's both the charges from an institution, tuition, fees, room and board, but also a budget of expected costs. Things like your books, it's things like your travel to and from campus over the breaks. Maybe some personal expenses. And so a university is going to build a financial aid package based on that total cost of attendance. Now, as you're looking at different institutions, just understanding how tuition is assessed is important. Public institutions will have an in-state tuition rate. They'll have an out-of-state tuition rate. For a private institution, that's going to be one tuition rate for all students that are attending. As you look at the scholarship situation, there are many different types of scholarships for you to pursue, right? So institutions will offer scholarships. Oftentimes those will be automatically done as part of the application process, or you might have to apply for those separately with the institution. But there's also going to be scholarships that might be funded from your local area, from businesses, churches, civic groups. That's all part of your journey of understanding how you're going to build your financial aid situation. So as you're looking at the scholarship process, this is not something to leave to after you've been accepted, right? This should be a part of your search, just like you're searching for institutions, you're searching for the different scholarships as well. So the great place for you to start with that is to have a conversation with your college counselor in your high school. They might have collected a list of scholarships that are supported by local organizations, things that you can kind of look at, as well as part of doing your research about each of the institutions, finding out which of those institutions have scholarships that require separate applications. In addition, there are some online search engines that you can use. Websites like FastWeb and Unigo that give you the opportunity to access national level scholarship competitions. What's important here is that these are free resources for you. There will be organizations or companies that try to have you pay for access to a scholarship database. That's never something we recommend, right? These organizations are putting these scholarships forward because they want to provide you that support. You shouldn't be having to pay to be able to access that. So when you're looking at the financial aid process and looking at need-based aid, your first step is the FAFSA, right? This is a form that you will fill out alongside your family to determine your eligibility for many federal-based programs, whether that's grants such as the Pell Grant, loans, work study, things of that nature. This is going to be a journey for you. You're going to have to collect some information as part of it, but it's going to be used by all the colleges that you're applying to. So what will you need to complete it, right? You're most likely going to need to have your tax information. You're probably going to need to be able to access things like W-2s and your tax returns. You'll also need your parent tax returns as part of this. So the whole family will be engaged in preparing your FAFSA. Some schools might also require you to complete the CSS profile, right? This is an additional form that some institutions use, mostly private institutions, to collect additional information, right? It helps us fill in some of the gaps that may not be covered by the FAFSA. And so you'll do this alongside your FAFSA process. And again, you want to get this all submitted around the same time you're applying so that a college can work together to not only make a decision about admitting you, but be able to show you a financial aid package to show you how it'll be an affordable adventure for you. So there are many components to what your financial aid package will look like, right? And so a couple of things that you might see there. You're going to see grants, right? This might be an institutional grant awarded by the university. It might be a federal grant like the Pell Grant, right? This is money that you don't pay back. It's gift money to you. You also might be eligible for federal work study or institutional work study. This is where the institution is providing you the opportunity to have a job on campus that you're earning throughout your semester to help pay towards your bill. In addition, it'll help you qualify for federal loan programs, which can be either subsidized where the government's paying the interest while you're in college, or unsubsidized where you're paying that interest while you're in college. And so all of these different things will add up together to be your total financial aid package. And so what's important is to use outside resources, right? There's a lot of confusion out there, but there's also a lot of people that are here to help you, right? Every institution has a financial aid office staffed with counselors to help walk you through this. Most likely your high school is going to do a workshop perhaps in the fall or the spring to help you understand this. They might bring someone in from a university financial aid office to help you lead you through that workshop. Institutions ourselves, we host what's called a net price calculator, where at the very beginning of the process, before you've done the FAFSA and such, you can kind of enter some preliminary information just to get a ballpark estimate of, okay, if I know these different items, how will this kind of go forward and make this work through? And so the net price calculator can be a great tool for you to get a good estimate of what you might expect from the full financial aid process. In addition, we are here to help, right? And we actually have on our own website, we have a Financial Aid 101 video that you can watch. Is led by one of our financial aid counselors. You can reach out to us, our team, our financial aid team. We want to help walk you through this process so there's never any confusion about how you're going to be able to look forward to affording your college experience.